Hey YouTube, what's up? I'm the captain of the Jessup A Creek. Hi YouTube. Alright guys, round 2 update of the haunt. This is something Joe's working on.
I'm working on this right here. We won't go into too much detail on that, but if he's the captain of the ship, I bet you can see where this is going.
Yep. He's going to be steering the ship as the ship battles a monstrous, tentacled, one-eyed squid beast. So, say hello to the captain. Hi. He's going to be more aptly dressed next time you see him. I'm sure.
Yes.
He's going to get his
And we'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing here once we, well honestly I need to get a giant bolt to go right there. So, until that happens, until I get to the store.
Until that happens.
We're doing some
foam.
Foam.
So we've made some serious progress on the facade. As you can see, these are the middle panel and the left panel, the right panel, because I don't have room to put it over here, is over there, so picture it. Went ahead and started getting like the detail around the windows. So we got the window frame. I've actually got some plastic coming my way that's going to be used in the window, actually for glass. I'm going to do stained glass again like I did last year. Kind of like that in the window there, huh? Haunt upon haunt upon haunt. So yeah, we started actually getting into the wood carving. Blew out the hole, so that's the hole that we were talking about that looks like the 2 cannons have been fired. Hopefully, if we have enough time and motivation, there will actually be a cannon that's out front of the haunt, but we'll save that for later and don't hold us to it. I guess for this one, we'll show you some of the detail up close. And you can see behind it, obviously, what foam carved stone looks like. So it's kind of cool to be able to see the difference in what you can do with one sheet of foam and a little bit of paint.
This is going to be wood grain, if you didn't guess, not stone.
Yes. With the wood grain, it looks almost cartoonish when it's in this state. Same with the stone. When it's still pink and when you carve it, you actually have to go into a lot more depth than you would think, because once you put paint on there, you're going to lose a lot of the texture. So a lot of times you'll get it done and you'll get it painted and you'll go, damn it, I should have done more. So don't be afraid of doing more. Like, honestly. Now I guess we can segue to actually showing you a little demonstration.
Yeah, just a quick little to show you how she does it.
So my main tools, this is just going to be a scrap piece. This will probably actually end up in the front yard to look like just pieces of shipwrecked wood. My main tools when it comes to doing the wood carving, last year I used a lot of actually like a butane, is it a butane torch?
Propane torch.
Propane torch to get the stone finished. This year it's a lot of my friend the soldering iron. So usually, like with the front of them, I actually go through and I measured, and it ended up working out that the boards were 6.5 inches tall, which turned out really good. I wanted them to all be fairly even.
I want to step over you here.
Okay. So in order to get the board straight, I'll usually go through with something like a straight edge or something.
Never mind the spilling oil over here.
That's Joe's.
That's actually my brother's.
Oh, sorry.
Do I look
I'll
like a mechanic?
Go through and actually measure it out and get lines. That way I can get a straight line for the board edges. I've done it before without doing this, and every once in a while the foam will catch and you'll get a curve and they just kind of look weird. Now if you're going for just really loosey-goosey, then go for it. But it works really well to literally just take your soldering iron, run it along the edge, and you get a really nice clean line. So we'll go ahead and do another one down here just so we can give you a feel for one board. Like I said, this is just scrap, so I'm not measuring stuff out very well on this one, but just to give you the idea. And don't go too deep with this, because for one, you don't want to go through your foam, and for two, we're gonna hit it with a heat gun. And when you hit it with a heat gun, every single groove that you make is gonna open up more. So you want to be really careful that you don't get it too deep now, because you will lose, it'll go right through your foam. Don't want to do that. So yeah, this is the part where it's kind of just, you get to have fun. We already carved out, I don't have my steak knife, oh my god. We already carved out this. This was actually from the cannon hole. So you already got kind of these edges here. What I like to do is after I've carved it, I'll come back through and kind of slice into these. So that way it really just looks like snapped wood. Right now it's a little flat along the edges for my taste. So yeah, now, essentially, the best way to learn how to do this is just to study wood. I mean, look, dirty, sorry.
Wah, wah, wah.
To study your environment. Wood grain is everywhere. So just look, I mean, we got pallet wood grain, we've got the back of some really old weathered fence pieces there. I mean, the best way to learn how to do this is just to study what is around you. So essentially, I'll come in with my soldering iron and just really loose start making some lines. And that's the beauty of wood, is that it's free flowing, so you don't have to be perfect with this. You can really actually have some fun. You come in and like get it real close in some parts, and then one of my favorite things is actually doing like the curves like this. So like that. It's really just wherever you want to go. I'm going to be Bob Ross here. Happy little wood grain. Just let it go. Let the foam talk to you about where it wants to go. So yeah, let's kind of give you an idea of how to get your wood pattern going. I like to do some of them a little shallower, some of them a little deeper. So that's what I do with the soldering iron, just to get that overall wood grain. And then, wire brushes are your best friend. This one is like they're pretty far spaced. I think we got it at like Harbor Freight or something like that. This one is like an ogre's toothbrush. It's been beat to hell, but it works perfectly for this. I also like to use this spike end on this side. So really, this is the part where you just kind of have fun. Ooh, I forgot. With the soldering iron, it's really fun. Termites. I'll literally just do little squiggles.
Barely the tip touching it there.
That's what she said.
So see how she went really, really barely on that one right there? You can kind of see.
And once again, when you hit it with the heat gun, it is gonna expand. So you don't, it's better to use caution at this point, because you can always do more. So yeah, then we come back, we're gonna use our wire brushes. I like to use this side to literally, you can get these kind of dents in there. Kind of like that. Come back through and use this side. Gives you some really good wood grain. This side is a little bit more subtle. So like that.
See the difference between the two there? On the termite.
So yeah, I'll do like this. I'll come back in with my soldering iron and do like this is a knot, so I'll come back in and actually knot it out and make it look like a hole there. And then, after I've got it kind of textured how I want it, and you want to leave some of it textured, some of it not, because obviously if you texture everything, you're going to lose the effect. So we come back in. This is Harbor Freight heat gun. I usually come in with it on low, and you'll see what this will actually do. And I find it's good to hit it once and then come back, and every time you hit it, it'll change it. It'll literally, if you just keep going over it too much, it'll melt it really evenly and it'll be flat again. So you want to come back through. You can see every time I hit this, it's going to open up a little bit more and get a little bit more jagged.
Hit the knot a little bit so that, see how this singes right in there.
And this is good for, say you want the edge of the board to be a little bit deeper, you can come back in and give it a little bit more heat. So yeah, that's kind of the idea, and then I like to come back in and hit the edges because it gives it just a little, I mean you can see it melting it.
So let's do an extreme close-up. So right here. Get some of that like that.
Now keep in mind, once you've hit it with the heat, it is gonna
Yeah, it
harden
hardens
up. So you're gonna have to work, if you want to add more, you have to work a little bit harder.
So we're gonna do a nice close-up here, just that one section. So you can see, just scratch the surface there.
Okay, so here comes the heat.
Look at it go.
Little bit. Little bit.
See how quickly that turns?
Yeah, and you want to be careful, like I said, you don't want to hit it too much all in a row because it literally will just turn into a pile of mush. Like you can see these lines right here still. If I go back over them now, they'll get even more pronounced. But you kind of got to give it that break. So yeah, that's the long and short of how I do the wood grain. It's a lot of just kind of having fun with it. I usually strap my headphones on and just let it go because if you think too much about it, you worry, and it's supposed to be really free-flowing. So yeah, next time we can show you guys actually how we paint this. Paint definitely makes all the difference with this because not a lot of wood is pink. So
I don't know.
next time we'll give you a tutorial on how we paint this because that's a bit of a process actually. So. And I apologize, YouTube, because it is hotter than the surface of the sun today. So we are sweaty and
we're a bit of a
gross
hot
and nasty
mess.
But welcome to haunting!
Yes, especially when we actually get started when we say we're going to.
Yes, which is in the middle of the summer. It's hot
We
as
always
hell.
wait until the last minute, and this year we're like, we're not doing it again, we've got too much to do. And now, yeah.
This, you'll notice the difference between like this wood right here. I was going for, this is actually going to be painted, and this is going to look like it's stained. So like these panels
More
will have,
unfinished. This is going to be
yeah,
more
this
fancy
is more
with lettering
finished
she's
with lettering.
doing on
That's
it.
where the lettering is going to be. So you'll notice that this doesn't have nearly as much detail as this. And
Because
that's
it's going
kind
to be
of what I was
under
going
letters.
for. Yeah!
You don't need to waste your time.
And it's supposed to look like painted finished wood, so it just wouldn't have nearly as much texture. So, yeah, you can see what I was talking about on these edges, how I like to come in with my steak knife and actually cut out along here so that it's not just a flat surface, because with wood snapping, I mean, you'd get all these splinters and stuff.
Rock and roll, YouTube. So
That
that's where
is-
we're at with the back of the pirate ship. And so with that, the captain and Nikki will bid
bye,
you a
Captain.
fair farewell.
Ahoy, mateys! Next time, I be sailing. Hey, hey, hey.